everyone, I'm Max, and today we're going to be seeing how much yarn I can use in October. To calculate this, I'm going to collect every yarn label that I use during the month. These are various yarn labels that I've used in the past couple of months, so I'm going to have to put these to one side so they aren't counted in this month's total. There are some edge cases with yarn that I specifically own that doesn't have a tag on it, but we will cross that bridge if and when we come to it. But for now, it's the 1st of October and I want to crochet, so let's go use up some yarn.
Gonna be tight because one of the things that Clutterbug has is quite the smart system that she uses. I think it's quite interesting. And like where I'm trying to organize, and that's something that can be kind of, I am a perfectionist. That is a great question. A lot of the goals I set for myself. I want to soft finish and quite
It's October 2nd. I didn't film last night. I'm gonna be honest, I went straight to bed. But I did quite a bit of crocheting. I managed to get the sleeve connected and start on the decreases. But unfortunately, I didn't finish any skeins, but honestly, we are getting pretty close on this one. I think this will be a race against time on what's gonna happen first. I finish the cardigan or I run out. Okay, it's October 3rd. Technically, because it's 1:26 AM on October 3rd, so in my mind it's still October 2nd. But if you know anything about October 3rd and my interests, you know that The Life of the Showgirl came out today. In 3.5 hours for me is when it's coming out, and I was going to stay up and do a bunch of stuff. But part of my plans got cancelled, so now I'm wondering if I go to bed. Yesterday, October 2nd, I absolutely did no crochet, which wasn't the plan at all. I had a bit of a rough day. Hopefully I'll get some done today. I might try and head to bed and see if I can fall asleep. If I fall asleep, grand. If I don't fall asleep, crochet. My pain has been so bad recently. Maybe October wasn't the best month to do this, because I am definitely experiencing an October slide, which is very frustrating because last year, I don't think it hit me this hard. This year, it's rough. So yeah, maybe not the best month to do a how much yarn can I use video, but I want to be realistic and show not everybody uses tens of skeins of yarns in a month. Okay, my screen's in black and white, so I can't see if this looks good. It is the morning of October 3rd, and I have spent all morning crocheting, which is good because we are so close to done with this skein. It is looking so sad and empty. I have 2 more rows. I have these 2 pink rows to go of the granny stitch. Then I need to do a single crochet row and then I start the cuff. For a while there I was worried about not having enough yarn, but I think I'm gonna be okay. I've messed up. This is supposed to be 15. This is 15 clusters, but I still have like this bit to go, and then this is 15. So now I have to go back and count the stitches in all of my rows. This is gonna take forever. I'm probably treating this video way too much like a monthly vlog video, but my Life of a Showgirl CD just got here and I'm so excited. In crochet news, however, I did it. I got all of the decreases correct, and I got the correct number of clusters on the last row, and I've done the row of single crochets that I needed to do. Now I need to do the cuff. This skein is like falling apart, and I'm honestly hopeful that I will get it done today. I think when I'm done with the cardigan, I'm gonna ball the rest of the skein up and put it in my scrap pile and then count it as done. I am wearing my cardigan for the first time. I've connected it in the back with some stitch markers to see how many rows I wanted to add in the back. I think I want to add like 2 rows, maybe even more, maybe like 4 rows in the back. I like it though. I like how it fits. Yarn update, it fell out of the label. Honestly, today just feels like the perfect day to crochet. It is storming outside. I'm here with my heated blanket and my doggy, and I'm just crocheting the night away, really. I connected the back panels, as you can see. I need to do the single crochet border. That's what I'm currently working on. I've done like maybe a tenth of the first row, so I've got a long way to go. I'm gonna put on a long YouTube video, I think, and then just chill for the rest of the night. Here's the update on the yarn usage. So still a bit to go. Look at that. Oh, I think it looks so good. Okay, so I've done 3 rows and I still have some yarn left over, so I think what I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna keep doing rows, and then when I run out, frog back to the next full row, if that makes sense. Also, I am aware that this has kind of turned into a project vlog for this one project, but I will be doing other projects. It's only the 3rd. Hi, it's the 4th of October and it's still storming outside, and I didn't use a skein yesterday, but I got so close. I decided to go to bed before finishing the cardigan. I'm going to finish it today. Almost certainly I'll finish it today, but I've got to be productive before I can crochet, otherwise I'm not going to be productive at all today. And I know this is a how much yarn can I use in a month video. I feel it is my duty to inform you all that I got more yarn. As you can see from Hobie, I got actual tapestry needles, which is very cool. I got this using my points, my Hobie points from past orders and playing bingo and stuff, so very cool. Then I got more cascata. This is a different shade. This is Rio Verde, I think. Then I have a bunch of Amigo XL in various colours. I got 5 skeins. I'm going to be making a Sonic hat for my nephew's birthday. Last but not least, I got some yarn that I don't have a plan for. I tend to do this every time I order yarn. I'll pick like one on sale yarn and I'll just like keep it, and I don't have a plan for it. And that's this yarn. This is Tea Time XL. Oh my god, it is so gorgeous.
You guys. So as for my settings, I keep my lifespans set to my other active sims that I'm, just not currently playing with households, but set the ones to one lifespan. This means that the household and other different needs of players play with a full lifespan. It feels like every day it moves too quickly. So this is actually grow up into an adult. On to step 3 then, similarly to the wedding eventually. However, though, you might want to know a bit more, like random deaths.
I finished it. Everything is done. That's a lie. I still have to weave in my ends, but I'm not going to do that now. I ended up doing 7 rows of ribbing, and I have like that much left, which isn't enough to do another row. So that means that we have officially used 1 skein. That can go in our bag and I will add it to the tally. I'm not entirely sure when I'm going to be starting my next project. I think I'm going to do it tomorrow because I've done a lot of crocheting today already. Doing all the single crochet ribbing took absolutely ages, so I think I will be doing that tomorrow, but I absolutely love how this looks. This is how it looks standing up. I think it's absolutely gorgeous. I really, really, really like it. And obviously it's quite cropped on me because that's how it fits best sitting down. I'm going to be using the Amigo that we just got, and I'm going to start on my nephew's birthday present. Okay, it is later on in the night. It's probably past midnight, but I haven't checked the time. And I've been working on this hat. I've gotten really far, but I'm gonna try it on, and I want you to keep in mind that my nephew is 6 years old. That like loosely fits my head. Like this is looser than the knitted hat that I did. I've still got to do like 3 more rows. And I've checked out the size down and it doesn't look any smaller. I'm using a 6mm hook, which is what was recommended by the yarn. Oh, also, I almost finished this skein, so that was exciting. But I don't know if I should frog it all and redo it with a smaller yarn hook, or frog it and do the size down, and then if that's still too big, frog it with and do a different yarn hook. I think I might actually do that, because I think this is definitely too big for his head. Is this any smaller? I think so. I think I'm gonna leave it like this. I think I'm gonna leave it this size and finish it off, but I'm not gonna be doing that tonight. I'm exhausted. Okay, it's now the 6th of October, and I'm gonna be honest, I did no crochet yesterday, even though I really thought I would. I'm not sure if I will get any done today, but I have like 3 days blocked off for crochet and other hobbies later this week, so I will hopefully get through some skeins then, I think. Hopefully. Also, my hair is such a mess, I'm so sorry. I have just finished the blue skein of Amigo yarn. I ended up not using the like sand colour I got. I ended up using the Aran yarn from Aldi just for like these small bits. I'll have enough still for hats and stuff that I want to actually make out of it, but I just think the cream colour looks better for the character than the like grey sand colour that I got. Today is the 7th of October, and I have a lot of crochet plans for today and the next couple of days. We're starting with the Amigo XL, and I'm gonna crochet a ghost, I think. Really kind of weird, but you'll see what I mean. Okay, October 8th, yarn usage update, I guess. Yesterday I used up the full skein of the Eru coloured Amigo XL, but I do think I've accidentally just acquired more yarn. Maybe this whole let's see how much yarn I can use out of my stash thing isn't going so well because I've gotten more yarn than I've used. I'm hopeful that today I will finish the cascata. I'm making a dog snood for my dog. I was also thinking of making a dog snood for him, but the yarn that I will use for that, it won't use for skein. So maybe I make a dog snood with the yarn and then I make a hat or something with the same yarn. I kind of want to crochet a hat as well. I crocheted the hat for my nephew, and then I used that same pattern but modified it a little bit for the Boo ghost lamp thing that I did with the Eru yarn, and I kind of want to make like a crochet hat. Yarn usage has been okay. I got one and a bit projects done. The dog snood has been a bit of a pain in the ass, and I'm hopeful that today I will get more projects done, or at least use more yarn. I have a bunch of small skeins that I brought with me, and I kind of want to use some of those just to like get some yarn usage, if that makes sense. I'm gonna go work on more crochet. I finished the first dog snood. I thought this was going to use a lot more yarn than it did. Like, we still have so much of that skein left. And now I've moved on to a project that definitely won't use a skein of yarn. I'm starting a second dog snood for Chester down here. It's October 9th. I have finished another skein of yarn. I finished this Friends cotton print yarn in raspberry sorbet. I finished 3 projects since the last time we talked, I think. I have hardly any of this blue cascata left. Actually, that looks like a lot on camera, but like it's like falling apart. So I've made a hat out of this, and I've made a dog snood out of this. So hopefully we can get that finished. I don't know. And then I also have this. I made a bandana out of this, and it's kind of floppy, so hopefully if I use more. And then this is the Rio Verde cascata. Obviously this is a lot more full than the other one. This has only been used to make one dog snood. So like I could make a hat out of this and still have leftovers, which honestly I think I might do, because I don't know, I really want to knit a hat.
More money means you are more important, and it means you are winning at life. This is capitalism in its purest form. You are not any better than anyone because you have more money in your bank account. And I think that's really sad when people are denying themselves of living just so they can gloat about how much money is in their bank account. But don't forget to enjoy things. You know, I have a lot of thoughts on capitalism and the current position that we are all in. You're saying we can't just sit around forever, right? It's good to have some, so you're also allowed to do things that you enjoy in order to live your life and to know where it's going and what you're spending on. And I think to a lot of these people, it very much just comes down to control.
Okay, it's the 11th of October. I've had a migraine in these past couple days, so I haven't updated in a bit. I also haven't been crocheting, but I am back from my in-laws, and that means we have a bunch of labels to add to my bag. I've almost certainly gone through most of these labels with you already, but I just want to rehash because I can't remember what I went over and what I didn't. So I'm just going to go over all of the yarn that I used fully while I was at their house. So first up, I used a skein of Amigo XL for the first part of this ghost. The second part is a different yarn, but it's fine. I didn't have more of this. I only got one skein. So that's going in the bag. Next up, I used 3 skeins of Friends Cotton 8/8 print in the shade 6 or Raspberry Sorbet to crochet a mesh market bag. I love this thing. This is fitting so many skeins of yarn. This is every single skein of yarn plus a project that was on my desk. I finished off all 3 skeins, which I'm kind of sad about because I really love this colour, but I will definitely be getting more of this yarn and this colour. But for now, in the bag they go. While I was at my in-laws' house, I used 4 skeins of yarn, which is honestly pretty good. I also made a dent in a lot of other skeins of yarn. The blue yarn I used to make this snood is almost done. I genuinely thought the snood would finish it. In a similar vein, I made hardly a dent in the green cascata. I made quite a considerable dent in the yellow printed. I just need to decide what I'm going to make with the rest of the skein. I do have 2 more skeins of it, so if I want to make a bigger project, I can definitely do that. I have a busy day today, but I've also got a uni tutorial to watch, so I think I'm going to crochet a pumpkin. I also have to crochet a candy basket for Halloween, so I have to do that as well, but that's going to be a pain in my bum because I'm going to do a scrap basket with not scraps. So I don't think I'll be using any yarn up today. I mean, I'm not going to use all this making a pumpkin, but I'm going to make a pumpkin, which is pretty cool. I'm going to be honest, this month is going really slowly. But it's been a rough couple of days. I'm going to be honest, I can't remember when I last updated. I think it was when I got back, or like a couple days after because I had a migraine afterwards. But you'll know, it was like last clip, so... I haven't used any more yarn since then. It's currently the 13th of October. I am slowly but surely working on the pumpkin, but it's taking a little while. So my mother-in-law wasn't using these crochet hooks, so she has given them to me, which is great because that means that I have 1 more of every size, which is useful for the like 4 and 5 because I use those so much. But the annoying thing is they're different colors. Like, I have a hook that are each of these colors. Hold on, let me get, like, this is my 10mm from my old pack, and this is the 10mm from the new pack. They're different colors. On this project, this is my 4mm from the old pack, and this is my 4mm from the new pack. So I'm no longer going to be able to go by colours. This means that I'm going to be able to put a crochet hook with all of my projects. I don't know if I mentioned this previously, but my mother-in-law gave me a bunch of yarn, so I have more yarn. At least I didn't buy this yarn, so like, kind of win. It's still the same day as the previous clip. And I'm editing the yarn organization video. Yeah, I'm editing it late. It's probably gonna go up today. It was supposed to go up yesterday. I've been having a really bad week, so it's fine. But I'm editing this video and I'm like, the temperature blanket bag is genuinely too small for that project. So I'm like, is that my next project? Do I make another mesh market bag? Because the mesh market bag, this is like smaller than it should be, remember? And it holds a lot of yarn. So I'm thinking, like, do I make another one in its proper size? I could use like the elder yarn, or I could use the yellow yarn. I would be worried about running out of the yellow yarn though, so maybe I shouldn't use that. I need to think on that, I think. I obviously also need to finish the pumpkin first.
I like that. It's like different enough that it works. We have the largest like more together in the other crochet group really. That's why I don't really want to put it in this one because I don't want them to be the same. I'm trying to like use multiple different types of maybe the oars. We can use the oars again. I haven't been here with these again. This one used to be a camp director for sure. Yeah, no, I can totally see that. That's cute.
This is how far I am on the pumpkin. I haven't run out of yarn, so I haven't used any yarn yesterday. Well, I used yarn, but just I didn't finish anything. This is looking concerningly small. We're like halfway, and that's all that's left. I'm just gonna go either until the length is complete or it's finished. I'm gonna get close to the length I need anyway, so I don't really care. I'm also really questioning what I do about this, because this never had a label, or it probably had a label like 10 years ago, but I don't have the label anymore. So I'm thinking what I'm going to do is just write it down, and when I do my roundup, be like, unlabeled skeins of yarn, because I might use more. I might use like the light blue and stuff. If I work on the vest at all, I might use that. So unlabeled skeins of yarn, I think it is in my notes app, but yeah, little update working on this. Hey everyone, it is the 15th of October. It's right at the end of the day, and I finished a crochet project today. I finished my pumpkin. You would have seen this in the Halloween video if you watched that video. If you didn't, you should go watch it. I have started work on my sweet basket that's gonna go in my porch, but I wanted to provide an update on the orange yarn. So something very interesting happened here. This is what I had left, this little tiny ball. And then I made an error and accidentally went too far with this single crochet in the back loop only, so I had to frog a bunch. So this looks like more yarn than it is, but you know, like, still quite a bit of yarn. So I'm going to be using it in the vertical of this. I haven't used any so far, but I'm going to cut off the red. You can kind of see how much red I've used. I'm going to cut off the red, replace it with orange. Small update, didn't finish a skein, so close to finishing a skein. I'm exhausted, I'm going to bed. It's the end of the day on the 16th of October, and I'm happy to report that I've finished the orange yarn. Used it all throughout this basket, but right at the end here, where it switches from orange to red, is where I finished it up. In fact, it's like right there where it switches from orange to red. And that was, of course, after I finished my pumpkin. I'm gonna mark it in my notes, because I don't have a yarn label because I got it like 10 years ago. But I'm happy, honestly, right now, I'm really happy that I got through one of the balls of yarn that had been sat in that bag for so long, if that makes sense. Like, this is another one. This one's much softer, much nicer, but these balls of yarn were sat in that Morrison's bag for so long that, like, using a ball feels like a momentous thing. Like, it feels like, holy moly, Like I actually used that bright orange yarn. And also looking at it now actually being used in projects, I don't think it was that bright orange. I think it was just orange.
I'm afraid it would be a whole vibe. You're gonna finish this shirt. It's a minor setback. Let's get this fixed. Crisis averted. It's a little hard to see. And then I basically just like crocheted a little border around it and made it into a granny square vest.
This is the best I've looked in this entire vlog. This is what a full night's sleep does to you. Okay, it's currently the 18th of October and I have an update for yesterday. I used a skein of yarn yesterday. I have started a project that I'm not really filming. I'm gonna film it for this, but I've started another mesh market bag. I'm using 2 different yarns because this bit takes so much yarn and I only have 3 of these. Well, 2.5 because I made the bandana as well. So I finished off that half skein. So I have one that I'm not using at all and then one that I've started using. And I'm gonna use all of them, I think. Unless I finish this one and it's massive, then I might not use the next skein. But I'm at least gonna finish the current one. I think I'm probably gonna use the 3rd one as well. This means that this can go in our bag. This is what I'm working on right now, specifically for the fact that I'm not filming it. I have a lot of projects that I want to film, and oftentimes, like, my first time doing a project, I want to film it. Whether it's a specific project vlog of, I'm making this, or whether it's in a different vlog sort of thing. But I've already made a mesh market bag and I need another one, so I was like, how about I make a mesh market bag out of the yarn that I was going to make a mesh market bag out of.
If you will even use them, it's all just about how they look and the excitement about it. It's not about the bags because it's all about the excitement and the fun and the shelf life. What happens when summer's over? What happens next summer? And how many of these are going to end up at the thrift store with their tags still on?
It's the end of the day on the 20th of October and I have been working on this, and that means that we finished the 2nd skein of this yarn, which means we can pop it in there. I'm gonna keep crocheting with this last skein. I'm gonna tie it on. But yeah, that's a small update.
We may not fully see or understand or be willing to understand. Dogs like, oh, I hate this milestone, or hear about this new collection release, and there's that in and of itself. Reactionary person where your emotions kind of take the wheel.
Okay, it's the 24th of October now, and I've had a rough couple of days, I guess you could say. This feels like the moral of the story of living with a disability, that like I just can't do anything. That includes a crochet, unfortunately. So this has taken a lot longer than I would have liked it to take, but I have finished the yellow section of this bag and it's massive. The last time I counted it was like 52 or 55 or something, and I've added like at least that much. Because I finished this, that means that I've used the last skein of the yellow printed yarn. I'm gonna be honest with you, I have completely forgotten how much yarn I've used. Genuinely could not tell you even a number. I made like earlier today, it was like 5 skeins, and then I guess I'm thinking now, maybe more realistically, like 10 skeins? But maybe those were both way off, I don't know. But anyway, now I need to do the rest of this bag to turn it from a skirt into a bag. I need to use more of this grey yarn. I'm honestly not sure if I'm going to finish any more skeins because I feel like all of the projects that I have that I want to do at the moment wouldn't finish a skein. I'll update you on my crochet at least. And knitting as well. I haven't done any knitting this month. I've got to knit though. I've got stuff to knit. I've got plans for knitting, but anyway, it's fine. Yay!
To one of our fave places called the California.
Okay, it's the 25th. I feel like I updated yesterday. Did I finish the yellow yesterday? If I did, then I updated. If I didn't, then it was the day before. I haven't used any more yarn skeins. I'm just working on the border and the straps for the bag. It's looking absolutely massive. I was showing it to my brother yesterday and we were both like genuinely shocked at the size of this. but I still have an inkling that it's not going to be big enough. We are actually making headway through this skein, way more than I thought I was going to do. I'm not going to finish the skein unless I do another project with it. I don't think I will. I don't really have any plans for this colour because I only got it when I went to my in-laws' house, and I really don't have any plans for any of the yarn that I got. I just saw this next to this yellow yarn. I was like, oh, those look good together. I'm also kind of annoyed that I haven't done any knitting this video, and I'm not sure if I will get any knitting done. I have plans for a knitted project, and there are still like 6 days left of the month, so I definitely could. I'm gonna make my dad one of these hats. Part of me like doesn't want to do that project in this video because then I won't use up a skein of yarn, but then I also got to remember that like even though it's not a skein of yarn that I'm using, I'm still using yarn. Like I want to make this project. I have a soft deadline for when I want to make this project by. If I have the time, I should make the project. But yeah, that's not even the next project in my project to-do list, to be honest. Obviously, top of that to-do list is finish this bag, and then I'm going to work on my nephew's hat, because, oh, I could make my partner's dad a hat as well. It's his birthday coming up as well. I guess I should update you about yarn stuff, actually. I started knitting a hat. I don't think it's going to use up any yarn, though, but I think it looks cool, so... Okay, it's the 28th of October, and I have almost finished this hat, and honestly, it's gotten through more of this skein than I thought it would, and I've used a lot of this. It is so floppy now.
Respectfully, do not run to Target. We got the bed sheets and the linens, you know, the hand towels. You don't need sheets specifically because it's winter. Christmas themed stuff is not the same as winter themed stuff, because Christmas is over beyond December. If that's you, then you obviously have, and you're romanticized.
My husband has a friend over, and sometimes I'll hang out with him because I don't know, his friends are cool. But I didn't want to today, so I asked my husband, hey, can I like go upstairs? I've got work to do. That's the work. It counts.
So maybe you have no money to do anything that you actually want to do in life. And
I finished it. I'm so excited. It looks so cute. And I was so excited that I finished this that I casted on another. Okay, it's the 31st of October today, which means we've come to the end of this challenge. I do have a small update for you. I have been knitting hats like there's no tomorrow, and I have used up one skein of this Aldi Aran yarn that I've been using a lot for these hats. That means we can put one skein of this yarn into the bag for the final entry in this month. We need to see how many skeins I used in October. Oh, Jesus. It doesn't look like that much when you do it like this, does it? I'm gonna organize these and then we are gonna go through them together. Okay, starting off, we used 6 Hobie yarns, including 1 skein of Hobie Horizon in Daybreak, 2 skeins of Amigo XL, 1 in dark bluish color, which is color 18, and 1 in Eru, which is colour 2. And last but not least, 3 skeins of Friends 8/8 cotton print in the colour Raspberry Sorbet, also known as colour 6. After that, we used 3 Home Bargains yarns. All of these skeins were the Handmade brand printed yarn in the yellow and white colour. We used 1 skein of Aldi's Aran yarn in the colour cream. Last but certainly not least, we also used 1 skein of the unlabelled orange yarn that I used to make my pumpkin and the scrap basket. So that means we used 11 skeins of yarn in October, which isn't that bad going, to be honest. It's more than I expected, and I'm excited to get these skeins of yarns out of my stash. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, make sure to leave a comment with your favourite project that I worked on in this video down below. And just a reminder, I upload new videos like this every Sunday, so make sure you're subscribed with the bell on to make sure you get notified every Sunday. Bye! No music for this outro because I just wanted to say this video was an absolute mammoth to both record and edit. That's why there wasn't a video last week. But yeah, I just want to say thank you so much for making it to the end of this video. I know it was really, really long, and I hope to see you next Sunday. Bye!